What if I told you, yes you, that there was another Ben 10 Generator X crossover that you may not have ever heard of? We all remember the iconic Ben 10 Generator X Heroes Unite crossover on Cartoon Network. One of, if not the best Cartoon Network crossovers of all time. Some of y'all might be worried that I clickbaited y'all into clicking on a video about the Reboots crossover, but hell no, I forgot about that before I wrote this script. No, I'm talking about the promotional comic. If you're a fan of this channel or followed it in any sort of capacity, you've probably heard me talk about Cartoon Network promotional comics before, and well, they're pretty interesting actually. Although these comics are basically never canon, they are pretty interesting, especially with the alternate stuff they add. In the case of this one though, I'd like to believe that it's canon, although it probably isn't, but this is Ben 10 we're talking about, and if the live action movies can be canon, I don't see why this can't. So, this comic actually starts out in Tokyo, Japan of all places, with Gwen proclaiming how beautiful it is, and Kevin just talking about how they should have gone to the arcade. Classic Kevin. Of course, with this being ultimate alien and all, Ben being famous is pretty much baked into the foundation of this show. And for better or for worse, it is what it is. So we end up seeing Ben, he's basically about to be on a talk show that's about to start filming. You have a bunch of fangirls wooing him in the back, you have pictures of his aliens, and then you zoom out to the back and you have this Japanese girl basically saying, hey, what's going on out there? And there's just this beam of light pretty much. Then we get to see all these citizens running from these eldritch monsters, these terrifying nightmare creatures. These don't even look like they're from the Ben 10 series, well, because they're not. Of course, Ben, thinking that they're aliens, is about to fight them. He goes and transforms, or at least attempts to transform, before we see Generator Rex himself flying through. He finishes Ben's sentence, and then Ben proclaims that he never thought he was gonna see him again, before Rex responds with, I thought the same about you, amigo. Classic Rex. Again, this comic very much feels like it takes place in the Ben 10 universe. The previous crossover very much took place in the Generator Rex universe, and I feel like this is like a nice switch up. Of course, they end up teaming up. Ben ends up turning into Raph, which is pretty cool considering that Raph had a pretty big part in the Generator Rex crossover. We end up getting a little bit of a flashback 24 hours earlier in a different dimension, where we pretty much learn that Black Knight is the person who sent these eldritch creatures, pretty much. It turns out that Black Knight didn't actually send these creatures to fight anybody, she actually just sent them on a mission. As the creatures start to run away, Ben turns into Jet Ray, and Rex gets his little skateboard flying thing. I forget what it's called, I'm sorry. The monsters are actually able to get away, but Rex assures Ben that they should look on the bright side, at least now they have a chance to hang out, before they're interrupted by the sound of Japanese fangirls, which, come on man, if I had Japanese fangirls, you know damn well I wouldn't be fighting no monsters. Of course, Rex doesn't want to have anything to do with this, and he reminds Ben that the monsters are getting away. Ben replies, and so are we, before they start running. Of course, the fangirls start to chase them. Ben states, we're never going to lose them, before Rex replies, I have an idea, which leads to a very similar scene that happened in the actual Heroes Unite crossover where they switch jackets, except this time it's on purpose. The fangirls all start to swoon him before they realize it's actually just Rex. I mean, did they just think Ben got like a tan within the last 10 seconds of them chasing him? And these fangirls just ain't having it. Then we get the scene of Ben and Rex meeting up with Gwen and Kevin, and this is actually the first time we've seen Generator Rex meet Kevin and Gwen, and within 3 seconds of meeting Gwen, this dude just starts hitting on her over and over again. Also, I just want to point out how much bigger Rex is than Ben 10, which is funny because isn't Ben supposed to be older than him? But this is just hilarious. Like, he's even taller than Kevin over here. Of course, Kevin gets super pissed off that this dude's hitting on his girlfriend. Rex and Kevin's beef gets so bad that Gwen actually has to intervene, while in the background, Ben is literally being ripped limb for limb by his fangirls. Rex is of course able to make his little vehicle to get away and go find the monsters, but the rest of the gang ends up having to take a cab, or I guess a taxi. They can't really decide which one. It turns out that these creatures have actually broken into a laboratory. Rex ends up breaking a hole into a wall before Gwen replies, you guys realize this place has a door, right? As these creatures are trying to get through a portal, it's the job of the gang to stop them. Ben transforms to Spider Monkey, a bomb accidentally gets set off, and it turns out these creatures can evolve, and one of them evolves into this Godzilla looking kaiju creature. Oh, now I get why this crossover was set in Japan. It turns out Alien Force and Rex have to split up. Ben ends up going Ultimate Spider Monkey, and Rex ends up fighting this kaiju who be doing what kaijus do, which is terrorize Tokyo, and sometimes New York. Of course, these aren't actually kaijus, and these are just creatures from Generator X's universe, so nanites, you know what I'm saying. Rex basically normalizes them. Okay, I know this happened in the show as well, but how is this dude just wearing his clothes? Like, I get it, this is a comic that kids are supposed to be able to read, but like, this dude should be butt booty naked. Not that I want to see that or anything. Just say it, I don't understand how this works. After Rex saves the town, all the fangirls want his autograph, and Rex is totally willing to give it out, but he actually has to help the rest of Alien Force. Yes, I'm gonna call them Alien Force. Back at the lab. Together, Ben, Kevin, Gwen, and Rex are able to send the monsters back. Rex almost misses his chance to go back to his world as the portal starts to close. But of course, Gwen uses her magic to keep the portal open for a few more seconds. Kevin seems to be pretty happy with this dude leaving, but Rex assures him that he wouldn't want to be stuck here anyway. Ben thanks him for not completely trashing Earth as Kevin has a shocked expression. Rex replies, "Like you did to mine, you're welcome," assures him that there won't be any guarantees next time. Right towards the end of this comic, we get a scene where Rex tells Bobo Haha that he would have loved it. Before Bobo Haha agrees, Rex states how nice it was to see Ben again, before the comic ends off on a gag. Turns out that this whole time Ben was actually just filming a weird commercial. Super happy Ben 10 fun smoothie sands, super happy Ben 10 smoothie sands, super happy Ben 10 fun smoothie sands, super happy yeah. Before we get Ben's reaction, no one outside of Japan was supposed to see that. Meaning that he actually agreed to film this. And that's just how the crossover ends. If you like this video, remember to subscribe and like. Remember, if you like this video, you can always help me get to my goal of 1K subs.
Hey, Servo Geek, need an oil change?
Shut your ass up. You don't even belong here. Shut your...
So, I actually have another new channel. If you guys like Jaded Animations or The Odd Ones Out, or even Degenerosity, who's not necessarily an animation channel, y'all might like this channel. I'm not sure. Listen. This is something new I'm trying. If y'all like it, y'all can follow it. I'm about to make some new videos on it. Y'all can give me ideas, too. I need ideas for this channel. That's for damn sure.